depression, and people are talking about, oh my God, it's a bad problem running rampant. And here's the reason why it's running rampant, right? It's because we don't know what it really is.
Season 9 of Love and Marriage Huntsville was always expected to bring fireworks. Reunions on this show are known for explosive confrontations, raw emotions, and shocking revelations. But no one could have predicted the drama that unfolded behind the cameras this time. What fans saw on screen was already dramatic, but what happened backstage has become the real story. And now, Marsau Scott has stepped forward with claims that could shake the entire foundation of the series.
Listen, this show means a lot to Melissa in a very different way of what it means to Teresa. I think, to your point, listen, I think anybody who watches the show can see that Melissa wants to be the top dog, and she has trouble with Teresa constantly winning in the end. And this, I'm gonna tell you, it was the season where Danielle Staub, one of my favorites of all time.
Yes,
it was the season where Danielle Staub, unfortunately, Melissa, like, Teresa told me to pull the hair. What I saw was this excitement of Melissa getting the tea. Like, well, she did what? And I think in Melissa's mind, she was like, oh, baby, it's going down.
At the center of this storm is Carlos King, the executive producer whose name has been tied to the show since the very beginning. If what Marsau is saying is true, it could change everything viewers thought they knew about Huntsville. While the reunion itself gave fans plenty to talk about, insiders are saying that the biggest bombshells didn't even make it on screen. According to sources close to the production, Marsau and Carlos King clashed in a heated confrontation backstage. And this wasn't just a minor disagreement, it was the boiling point of tension that had apparently been building for months. The reunion, already high pressure, turned into the breaking point.
So the thing is this, you've been on plenty of girls' trips with your cast. Why are girl trips so complicated? Because there's a whole TikTok discussion, Dr. Emily, about this episode and how this episode reflects how girls' trips never go right. Why is that?
Because half them hoes really don't like each other, and to me, it's never fair. It's all about who you like and who you don't like. Like, to me, if I like Melody, I'm gonna say that she didn't fuck up the rooms on purpose. But if I don't like Melody, I'm like, look, she knew what room she put them in, because Destiny, she clearly don't like, because that's Martell's friend, and she put them in. So it's all about who you like and who you don't like, nothing else. Nothing else.
So what sparked this intense showdown? Insiders say it all started when Marsau confronted Carlos about the way he's been running the show. Marsau, never one to hold back his feelings, reportedly accused Carlos of deliberately stirring up conflict among cast members just for ratings. According to Marsau, the producers' tactics weren't just about guiding storylines, they crossed into manipulation. He allegedly claimed Carlos had been twisting events, pushing exaggerated conflicts, and even encouraging fake drama for the sake of keeping viewers glued to the screen.
Life is good, God is good, okay? So, in case you missed the other live earlier, I need a bag, so I had to... So in real life, I always call Marlo, okay? I always call Marlo when I'm out shopping because she is my person. So, y'all get a chance to see who I am in my real life, not stuff you hear about.
But here's where things get even more interesting. Marsau wasn't the only one with complaints. Multiple cast members had been voicing similar frustrations about Carlos's style of leadership. They felt that what once started as a show about their real lives, their families, and their businesses had morphed into something far more toxic. The issue wasn't just drama anymore, it was about control. Some cast members allegedly felt cornered, pressured into arguments that didn't reflect their true lives. Others believed they were being painted in an unfair light during the editing process. Rumors circulated that Carlos had his favorites, while others were intentionally portrayed in ways that damaged their reputations.
Do you think Melody purposefully did the rooms like that because she don't like some of the girls.
No, I think that you did that rooms like that.
Well, I can tell you. I can tell you that didn't happen.
I'm fucking with you, baby. I'm just playing. Don't get on it. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Look. I got real nail on you, baby.
Even the network itself, OWN executives, was reportedly paying close attention. Insiders say that executives had been monitoring Carlos's decisions for some time, concerned that he was losing control of the cast. The tension had been growing, and the reunion only pulled the curtain back further. Fans also noticed something strange. Viewers watching from home pointed out that the reunion's editing felt off. Some confrontations seemed cut short, while others dragged on awkwardly. Certain scenes came across as unnatural, almost scripted. Instead of feeling authentic, it appeared like the cast was being nudged into conflicts they might not have chosen on their own. This sparked even more suspicion that Carlos wasn't just producing reality TV, he was orchestrating it to the point of risking real relationships. For some fans, that was the last straw. Reality television is expected to highlight drama, yes, but not at the expense of the cast's personal lives, marriages, and families. The audience began to wonder, was the show still grounded in reality, or had it become a fully manufactured performance?
All the way real on this podcast today because I am pissed. Robin admitting that she hid her story from the world on the show that pays you is a slap in the face to everyone involved, including the audience. And the fact that you have the audacity to go on your podcast to reveal this. We spent this entire half-assed season with these made-up storylines about Chris Bassett. And yes, I'm gonna say made up because I allegedly was told that a few of the housewives had a meeting before filming about what the storyline was going to be, and that this Chris Bassett stuff was part of that conversation. I've always said there was something off about this season, and now I know what it is. None of y'all are living your real life.
One of the biggest names tied to these complaints is Melody Cherie. From the start, she has been one of the stars who gave Huntsville its spark. Her business drive, her personal strength, and her transparency about her struggles made her a fan favorite. But her relationship with Carlos King has never been smooth. For years, Melody has been vocal about her frustrations with the way she's portrayed. She claimed that her accomplishments in business were often overlooked, while the focus was kept on her painful split from Martel Holt. Melody built her brand and worked tirelessly to expand her career, but time and time again, the cameras zoomed in on the chaos of her personal life instead. According to insiders, Melody tried to shift the focus to her growth and success, but the production team repeatedly pulled her back into conflict. Some believe this was intentional, done to keep viewers hooked on toxic drama rather than celebrating her progress. By the time season 9 rolled around, Melody had reportedly grown fed up. At the reunion, she made it clear she was no longer willing to play along. There are even whispers that Melody may have raised her concerns directly with the network itself. If true, that means her frustrations might have influenced how OW executives now view Carlos's leadership. When one of the show's most important cast members speaks up, executives take notice. Then there's Martel Holt, a man whose relationship with Carlos King has always been complicated. For years, Carlos seemed to give Martel chances, even when the audience wasn't on his side. He offered him space to share his version of events and helped keep him central to the storyline, despite his messy divorce and rocky reputation. But something shifted during season 9's reunion. When Marcel confronted Carlos, fans noticed that Martel did something surprising. He didn't defend Carlos. Instead, he sat quietly, almost as though he agreed with Marcel's complaints. For someone who had long been one of Carlos's allies, this was an unexpected turn. Reports suggest that Martell may now be considering an exit from the show altogether. He's faced backlash from viewers season after season, and his reputation hasn't recovered the way he might have hoped. Some believe Martell is beginning to see Carlos as part of the problem, blaming him for how the show has shaped his image. Add to that the rumors that Martell has been exploring opportunities outside of Huntsville, and you have a man possibly looking for his next chapter. Marcel's revelations may not just expose reunion drama, they might also mark the beginning of the end for Carlos King's role in Huntsville. The executive producer has always been the mastermind behind the series, but with mounting criticism, his leadership is now under serious scrutiny. OWN executives, already concerned about ratings, are rumored to be reconsidering Carlos's place. Huntsville used to dominate conversations in the reality TV space, but the numbers in recent seasons haven't been as strong. Viewers complain that the storylines feel repetitive, with constant fights overshadowing the original vision of showcasing successful Black business professionals in Huntsville. If Carlos's formula for reality TV no longer works, the network may decide it's time for a shakeup. Insiders claim production even had to make last-minute adjustments at the reunion to prevent things from going completely off track, another sign that executives aren't fully confident in Carlos's ability to manage the cast. So where does this leave Love and Marriage Huntsville? The future is uncertain. Marcel has already hinted that Season 10 could bring major cast shakeups. Some members might walk away, while others may step into bigger roles. If Carlos does exit, it could open the door for an entirely new direction. For example, Melody might finally decide to leave if Carlos isn't around, especially since she's already distanced herself. Martell could also use the moment to pursue other opportunities. On the other hand, the Scotts seem to be positioning themselves as central figures, though it's unclear whether the network wants them front and center moving forward. Some fans are calling for the show to return to its original roots. Instead of constant toxic conflict, they want to see more focus on real estate, business ventures, and stories of growth. As one fan commented, "I miss when this show was about Black excellence and business success. Now it's just messy drama every week." Another viewer added, "If they don't get back to showing the cast's businesses and achievements, this show won't last." That raises another question. Would OWN bring in a new producer to revamp the series? A fresh set of eyes could change the way the show is filmed, edited, and marketed. New leadership could even mean new cast members to replace those who leave. But there's also a risk. Without Carlos King's signature style, would Love and Marriage Huntsville feel like the same show at all? Reality television thrives on drama, but when does it go too far? The situation unfolding in Huntsville highlights the delicate balance between entertainment and authenticity. Cast members want their stories told fairly, while producers want high ratings. When those goals clash, the result is what we're seeing now: power struggles, backstage confrontations, and a fan base questioning what's real and what's not. What's clear is that Season 9's reunion was more than just another dramatic episode. It exposed cracks in the foundation of the show and raised questions about its future. With Marcel's revelations, Melody's pushback, Martell's shifting loyalty, and OW OWN executives watching closely, the next chapter of Love and Marriage Huntsville is wide open. So now, the big question for fans: should Huntsville continue without Carlos King at the helm? Or would removing him take away the very essence that made the show what it is today? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain: the drama isn't going anywhere. With power struggles behind the scenes and shifting alliances among the cast, the road ahead will be just as unpredictable as ever. Season 9's reunion wasn't just drama on camera. It revealed cracks behind the scenes that could reshape Love and Marriage Huntsville forever. Marcel's claims, Melody's pushback, and Martell's shifting loyalty have all placed Carlos King's future in question. With OWN executives watching closely, fans are left wondering if this is the end of an era or the start of a brand new direction. Will Huntsville survive without its mastermind, or is the show headed toward a complete overhaul? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates, because this story is far from over.